welcome back to part 3 of building my clothing brand from scratch. In part 1, you saw how I got my first products made. In part 2, you saw how I got my first samples, the good, the bad, and the lessons learned from that. Now, it's time to talk about my next step, how my 2025 went, and what my plans are for 2026. This will allow me to be able to set some guidelines, timelines, and goals for the upcoming year. 2025 was a year that things went from being an idea to becoming real. At the beginning of this year, this brand was literally just a vision that was in my head. No product in hand, no funding, just belief and a lot of late nights with grinding. This year, I received my first ever samples. Seeing something physical with my brand name on it, it really made my whole process feel legit. And up until that point, it hadn't really been tangible to me. It's a moment I will never forget, and it made everything feel possible and real. I signed up for a funding program, went through the motions of that, from finding how to actually set up the funding program to completing all the forms that were necessary and all the sheets, all the documents that had to be created in order to show that my brand will be successful, for them to approve my loan and give me a chance at that dream. I built a full business plan, a 2-year cash flow chart, projections, things I used to think were intimidating, but honestly became empowering to me because it was something I knew how to do, and I knew how to understand my business and its future. Then I got the call, I received my funds. That honestly changed everything, especially for my mindset. Of course, money is one thing, but the money allows you to do the thing that you're aspiring towards. And that's the most important part. Of course, money is important because it's a necessity for what I'm trying to do. But it's what I'm trying to do is finally tangible and achievable. Through that program, I was able to be matched with a mentor who helped me think bigger. Not just about selling clothes, but creating a community and how to market smarter through that. Not just creating a brand and having sales. It's about marketing and being able to create a community of people who are like-minded in order to fulfill my vision. This year I also spent time creating mock-ups for future drops, designing pieces I'm genuinely excited about showing people and releasing. I designed my first hats, and then another milestone, I actually ordered them, making it my first product I received on hand with the full supply. It's not just a one day I will do this, it's not one day this, one day that. It's happening, and it's the action I'm taking. It's the steps I'm taking right now that are going towards the future of my brand. So it's something that's been very empowering for me this year. Is my steps are coming to fruition and actually making me feel more empowered to drive my brand through and keep pushing, because it feels like it's all coming together and everything I'm doing is working right now. So all year I tried to stay consistent. That's been the biggest factor right now for me. Posting, sharing, showing up. If I'm not showing up, no one's gonna do it for me. So how do I expect to grow if I'm not going to do the work? It's not just for the brand, but for my personal brand as well. Because people don't buy products. They buy stories from people they trust and from people, not brands. They don't just buy from a brand. They buy for a vision. They buy for an idea. I also launched this YouTube channel to help document my process. Not to pretend I have it all figured out or anything like that, but to be able to show it to you in real time is, I think, the most valuable pieces of information that you can receive. The wins, the doubts, the learning, it all is a part of it, because the whole point of this has always been to succeed. And if I could show it to you, it's super powerful, and it's valuable to me to even look back at and help me stay determined, focused, and keep growing. And the point is simple. If I can do this from scratch, you can do it too. 2025 really wasn't about perfection of my brand. It was about building foundations, and not only foundations for the brand itself, but foundations for a mindset of being able to continue and build a brand. Because without those, you don't really have the structure to build on. And not only to say that with money and physical products, but with your ideas on what to build on for the future. So you need to create not only for now, but for what you're going to do. And now 2026 for me is going to be the year where these ideas turn into moments and the plans turn into moments. Real people and real products in my hands. The ability to transform my ideas into a community of people who support my brand, not only from buying, but through contributing to my brand and contributing to other people's success as well. Being able to share your vision with others is something so valuable. That's why I've created a community where people can do that. In 2026, I'm setting an official launch date, and not just a drop for my clothes, but a launch party. A space for creatives, supporters, friends, and everyone who's been watching this grow from day one can come and appreciate the moment. This year, the goal is just around my community, to be able to grow to 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers. I'm not too picky on the platform. I just want to keep posting and keep contributing to this bank of ideas. It's because I'm not just chasing a number, but I'm trying to build something where real people can actually care about the process and the journey and use it to support their own goals. Soon I'll be getting my samples back and making the decision whether I want to go with the manufacturers that are brought to me based off my samples and their costs, of course. And I want one that aligns with the quality and vision that I want to bring for my brand. And the goal right now is to sell my first drop. It's that simple. That's the number one thing, is obviously selling out the first drop. And then I want to do it again. I want to get restocked and then do it again. I want to be able to sell it out twice within this year, and I think that's so possible. It's very attainable. And I want that to be able to prove that this isn't a one-time moment. It's a brand. And if you could create a product and you could have it sell out, but once you do it again, you could prove to people that it's not just this t-shirt that connects with people. It's what I'm building towards that keeps people part of my community. So being able to sell it out twice is something that will prove to me that I can keep doing it in the future. It'll keep me motivated and successful in my business. And at the same time, I'm going to be working on my second collection, receiving samples, refining them, and correcting details until the product feels right. Then it'll be another big step, ordering and receiving the bulk production of the second collection. That's when things really start to scale, because from one drop and restocking that drop and selling it, it can also be that these products are good. But if I can create a second drop and also sell this, then that is further proof that it's not just my products that sell, right? And through all of it, I'm going to keep documenting everything on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, showing the real process. No shortcuts, no pretending, just proof. I just want to show that starting from nothing doesn't mean you're going to end with nothing. And if you keep putting the work in and being consistent, then it'll pay off. 2026 is going to be about belief, consistency, and execution. If you're watching this and you're thinking about starting something of your own, this is your sign, because we're just getting started and you're going to be able to see the whole process laid out for you as I go through it. One thing that I'm trying to be very intentional about going into 2026 is how I'm going to stay consistent. I don't want to rely on motivational bursts and spurts. I want to create systems that will allow me to stay on track, whether it's through my motivation, those bursts or whatever it may be. I want to create ways for me to be consistent every day, no matter what. Even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 20 minutes, even if it's 2 hours, if it's 5 hours. I'm going to be keeping a daily log to track each day as it passes, what I worked on, what moved the brand forward, and what needs attention next for me to continue. It's how I want to stay honest with myself and keep progressing my brand, and not just about feeling busy or productive. It's taking steps that'll be towards productivity and effectiveness, instead of just productivity and busyness. They should be intentional. And just as important as the work is the balance. I'm being intentional with my time so the brand fits into my life in a sustainable way, not burning out, not rushing, but showing up consistently, giving this the energy it deserves and needs. Because this isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things over time consistently, and it will all compact and pile up over time. Because if you're rushing and you're trying to do all this stuff in one day, it's not going to be as valuable as if you're consistent and progressing each day, because you'll understand what needs to be done as the day passes. So in a new day, I might think there's something better to add to this video, but if I rush this all, I edit it all in one night, it's probably going to have a little less value. And of course, this is still a good thing to be productive and get things done because you need to do it. But if you're continually putting in work towards your next step, it'll be more valuable. And if you're watching this right now, you don't have to think you're behind, because you're early. There's no launch yet, no drop yet, no party, just work right now. This is the part that most people on both ends, the business and the viewer, skip. But this is where everything is actually built. I'm documenting it all in real time. So if you've ever thought about starting something of your own, you can actually see what it looks like from a real perspective of someone doing it right now. If you want to follow the journey, subscribe and stick around, follow the socials, because the next step is where the journey really starts to kick off. and where things really start heating up and they really start to move. So we'll see you in the next one.